He says, we're talking about how it's a greatness for Hashem and a kavod for Hashem, honor to Hashem, when a person who's far from Hashem is chozer b'tshuva. And he says that the tzaddikim, they have the ability to spread the Torah and show people who are far from Hashem the greatness of Hashem and why they have to come back to Him. And especially the highest form of honor to Hashem is even goyim. Even goyim, they realize that Hashem is the truth, and they go give honor because goyim, they're very far from Hashem. And when even they admit, that's a great honor to Hashem. So therefore, when you go and you are able to connect to the tzaddik who reveals the honor of Hashem, he's going to help you yourself to honor Hashem as well. Because it's great honor to Hashem when even the goyim know that there is God. Alken, mi sheyesh lo choleh o ez tzar betoch beito, yilech etzel chacham, yivakesh alav marhamim. Gemara Masechet Baba Batra, Kuf Tet Zayin, 116 says, a person who has a sick person in his house, a person has a suffering in his house, he should go to a chacham and he should ask the chacham to ask for him mercy in order that he should overcome this issue. And then for what? Ki yikar tefillah ein yodim ki im tzadikei ador. Who has the mastery over prayer? The tzaddikim of the generation. They're the ones who are the master of prayer. So if you can't pray so well and you can't remove from yourself this decree, ask somebody else who's a master in prayer to ask to overcome and to remove this decree from you. He said, this you do great pleasantness to Hashem, because now when you make the tzaddikim pray stronger, Hashem desires the prayers of the tzaddikim. Why did Avraham Avinu, was he barren? It says in this end of Parshat Noah that Sarai didn't even have a womb; she didn't even have a uterus, and Hashem made it that she was able to give birth. Why? The Maharal says Hashem made it that he had no womb, no uterus, because the whole Jewish people are above nature. So the way they had to come to the world was above nature also. She had kids even though she didn't have the tools to have kids. It was above nature. So that's the whole essence of the Jewish people, above nature. But the point is that HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants the prayers of the tzaddikim. Like Masechet Yevamot says, that's why Hashem made it that she can't have kids, in order that they should start praying that she have kids. Hashem wants a relationship with them, and He wants them to nullify His decree in order that they should come close through this. So therefore what? Therefore, when a person has a problem or decree in their life that's hard, they should go to the Chacham, and the Chacham pray for them and help them, and that way they'll overturn the decree, and everybody will come close to Hashem through this, and this is what Hashem wanted. Morning. יש בעלי גאווה שמונעים עצמם מאחרים מללכת לצדיקים להתפלל להם והם מעכבים תאוותו של השם יתברך. But he says, be very careful, says Rabbi Nachman. There are people who have ga'ava. How do you say ga'ava? Pride, exactly. Haughtiness. They bodigi, right? And they think, me? Go to a rabbi? Who's this rabbi? What is going to help me? What is he going to tell me to do? I don't need him. He needs me. I don't need him. So therefore what? He says he has ga'ava, he has haughtiness, he has pride, and therefore he holds himself back from going to the tzaddik, and then he holds back what? He holds back the pleasantness and desire of Hashem. Because Hashem wants the tzaddik's prayer. Hashem wants you to overcome this decree and come closer to Hashem, and you say, no, because of my bodigi, I can't go and ask somebody for help, so I can't go to a rabbi for help, so therefore what? He blocks himself from going to the tzaddikim, and he loses the ability to give honor to Hashem. He says, Elu ba'alei ga'ava, these people who have ga'ava, haughtiness, they think they can pray, they think they can handle everything on their own. And he says, and they think that I fasted, I go to nets, I learn, I'm a tzaddik. The rabbi is any better than me? You know, some shuls, they have a board meeting, and the rabbi's there, and they say, why is the rabbi here? He's just a rabbi. Where does the rabbi come make decisions? We make decisions. Who is the rabbi to make decisions? So over there, these people think we don't need the rabbi, right? But God forbid we should think like that. He says, and even though they fasted, even though they think that tzaddikim, these people who don't go to the rabbis, you should know their desires are very wrapped up inside of them. They need to overcome themselves. Very interestingly, he says that a lot of times a person has a tumah based on how he's brought to the world. They say that a person who has a child, when he's forming the child, when he's bringing the child to this world, he has to have proper thoughts in order that he should be kadosh. Sometimes a person who doesn't have proper thoughts, he brings the child to the world, so the child will bring to the world already with certain desires, certain issues spiritually because of the lack of holiness when the person brought the person to the world. And he says, so too, he says that they say Beni Nida. They said a person who was born with Beni Nida, he's going to have to overcome this and remove it. It's possible to remove all these spiritual impediments, but he says it affects you. כשמסתכלים על זה בוודאי ייפול עליהם חרדה גדולה ולא יהיו טועים של צדיקים שיכולים להתפלל לעשות פדיונות. וכן יחשב כל אדם כל זה שלא יטעה שהוא צדיק. A person has to make sure to be humble and to realize he's not a tzaddik 100%. He should go to the tzaddik ha'emet and ask him to pray for you, and that way a person will be able to get that the great tzaddik to go and pray for you and overcome this decree and give honor to Hashem. When you are able to overcome something you went through, and he said, listen, I went to this rabbi, I spoke to him, he gave me this advice, I overcame, I did a miracle like this, miracle like that, I had no parnasah, and all of a sudden, I had sickness, all of a sudden, I had an issue, all of a sudden. This brings great honor when you tell these stories after to other people, and you bring people who are very far from Hashem, and when you do